Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for October 24th, 2020, Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Do we think or feel that we have ever failed? When we begin to understand that each in our existence in this life, that everything is an experience. Failure is a word that was invented here, and it's truly impossible because all we have are experiences. And since we do have experiences, they are all successful. And that they teach us valuable lessons. So I think that this civilization has gotten to a pinnacle step to stop letting fear of failure guide our actions. Instead, letting our heart's joyful exuberance show us the way. So if you want to look at it from a success standpoint, we experience. Everything we do is an experience. So everything in this life is successful. But in the ego mind, externality, we have these words like failure and loser and all these words that are generated from ego mind. So when you begin to look at everything as an experience, it's successful because you're experiencing. So it's something for you to embrace or not, but it is a shifting that's massively taking place on this planet with each and every one of us because the collective consciousness has risen its vibrational frequency to the extent where everything is shifted. I think a lot of people believe that it hasn't come yet, they're waiting for it. And we are already in it, with it, about it. It's not something that we're going to have happen. It's not something that's going to happen down the road. It's already engaged. It's already happened. Now, this is a choice for each of us. And it's an adjustment for many of us. I'd say the majority of us, it's adjustment. That we really begin to realize that each of us is everything. And what we're doing is discovering and experiencing. And we decide for ourselves, when we go within, as many are having difficulty doing for any length of period of time, that they're not understanding what that means. A lot of us create into reality, and embracing the fearful or negative vibrational mess that many of us are currently in, and becoming more conscious of the battle going on inside us causes a new awareness from from or to form on what's needed to transcend it. Do we have this? There's a argument, so to speak, that we all have going on within us. And the argument is that the fact that we are powerful and we're manifesting magnets, and we consciously increase our positive emotional energy and vibration. But see, a lot of us don't devote that time. We are too distracted. So once we start devoting more time to being conscious of which thoughts, feelings, or magnetic field we are creating around us, we can find the positive within the negative and free our bodies from their energetic entrapment. Imagine if you were in the body, yet you were outside the body. And what I mean by this is that you're guiding. You're standing right next to the God, the pure consciousness, and there's the body. Now, you're not really in it, but you feel everything with it. Your breathing, your laughter, your sadness, whatever. But you're not really in it. So you have this argument going on that happens to be an illusion of the ego mind. And this is a constant argument because the ego mind is telling you that, hey, you have failure. We've got to find incessantly, constantly search and try to find things outside of ourselves that are going to satisfy the ego mind, but never do. Now, once we start devoting more time to being conscious of which thoughts, feelings, or magnetic field we're creating around us, we can find the positive within the negative and free our body from its energetic entrapment. Now, you can't change the truth, but the truth can change you. Now, when we talk about manifesting, we're talking about everything. Everything. And one challenge that you might find on this manifesting path is that the ego will tend to have very strong preferences on what should or shouldn't happen in your life. And the mind can get addicted and attached to ideas about what it means to be successful, loving, and what desirable outcomes should only look like. You see what I mean by not being in the body, so to speak? This is where the power of vibration, moving energy into form. There's all kinds of words. There's manifesting, creating into reality. You can even invent your own words. The consciousness created from using a manifesting mantra cannot experience undesirable results. Cannot experience undesirable results. The consciousness created from using a manifesting mantra cannot experience undesirable results. It only knows being at peace with what is, and honoring the magical manifesting being that we all truly are. The more, this is all about vibrational frequency that we generate. The more conscious we become of what the mind is thinking, this will allow us to one day become totally free from our minds. That's what part of this journey is about. Becoming free from your mind, unattached to all outcomes, accepting the totality of life as it is, and living in such a high vibrational state that you can only attract positive things to you. Does that seem difficult or perplexing or confusing? I don't think so. unattached to all outcomes, accepting the totality of life as it is, and living in such a high vibrational state that you can only attract positive things to you. When the mind attempts to fall into fear or worry, the magical manifesting energy comes in and says, oh well, this too shall pass, and allows those negative thoughts to move by like clouds through the open sky. It's a repetitiveness, see? It's us creating a higher frequency vibration. And by using a manifesting mantra in your daily life, you'll naturally be able to relax and trust that many positive situations are coming your way. And a mantra expands your body's aura to the point where you're tapping into an infinite number of possible positive outcomes. This is where we all start attracting the most phenomenal life experiences and serendipitous synchronistic outcomes. So the mantra trains our brain and body to accept this as an all-loving magical universe, and just by repeating this idea inside causes our vibration right now to skyrocket. And in a short time, the most desirable outcomes will fall into your lap, as you will be becoming a super powerful magnet for attracting every single thing that you desire or want. Now, see that in your heart, minds, and your motion picture. To expound and propagate concepts is simple. To drop all concepts is difficult and rare. Nisargadatta. Every day, along this amazing journey that we are all on through this life, we get the opportunity to fine-tune our ability to make healthy decisions that empower and inspire our lives. Now, some decisions are easy and obvious to make, while others can feel like they're ripping our mind and heart into 1,000 tiny pieces. Now, when we reach one of these major life choice points and have to step into that colossal crossroads, it's a good idea to take the time to go through this process so you can make the most enlightened decision available to you. You ever hear the term, I heard this a lot when I was growing up, many have. Beggars, my mother used to say, beggars can't be choosers. I never really could figure that one out in the beginning. To understand the profound depth of that message. But I did. And when I was given a book by my mother, and this happens to a lot of us, fathers and mothers do it. And it was about applying manifesting knowledge. It became apparent that the more I was feeling demanding, needy, and lacking something inside of me, my body became more tense, my vision became more cloudy, narrowed, and incapable of perceiving the infinite array of possibilities in the universe. So I realized that the more I begged for what I wanted, the less likely I would receive my desire, and the more challenging it became to relax and welcome in the happy, loving feelings that I was truly after. So when you observe yourself in this decision-making process, you can notice that your body would feel like it's paralyzed, frozen, and contracted around certain choices. While in making other decisions, it expanded with joy as if it found the most liberating gift from the universe. So you begin to realize what makes a decision self-empowering all depends on our perspective. How we are approaching our life, our relationships with ourselves. And if we can see all the many outcomes and choices that could be made. You may realize that decisions are powerful teachers designed to force us to look inside ourselves so we participate more intimately in who we are inventing ourselves to be. We are nudged into being the creators of our reality, designers of our destiny, and constantly invited to paint the masterpiece blossoming inside us on the great blank canvas of our lives. If you wish to take your decision-making ability to the next enlightening level, start with the commitment to get to know yourself more intimately. If you can know who you are and what you really want in life, the universe cannot just hand you the scrap decision leftovers that are stuck at the bottom of the barrel. If you don't stand up for what you want, you become like a child who cannot speak yet and simply accept whatever your parents give you. So you make this decision right now, that you will always be able to clearly articulate what you desire. This one simple choice contains so much potential power inside. It will transform your life into the most interesting ways. It is a big risk to go after what your heart truly desires in life. So get to know why you want these things in life. What is it going to give you when you experience it? If you had excuses that would stop you from receiving it, what would those be? Who we are in life is not all about what we desire to create into reality. Yet it's our desires, our great pointers to help us unravel this beautiful mystery within. So it's about looking deep inside ourselves and asking ourselves, it's like, where do you want to be, do, and have in your life in 1 year from now? How about 3 years from now? Now, that is a choice. But how about in the now? How about discovering in the now who and what you are? How about not having attachments or expectations about anything down the road? How about whatever you are desiring, you begin to bring more clarity and you can discover in the now and how it will impact you on some level the quality of creating into reality you attract to you in your future. So it's always in the now. Deciding what you truly want in life can be challenging because it feels like you're defining who you are and who you are not. But what if you said to yourself, I don't have expectations or attachments about any of that on what I want in life. I already have life. And I attract whatever I desire at a blink of the eye. If you commit to deciding to do one thing, you can feel confined and that you are excluding 1,000 other possible options. This is when we get to expectations and attachments. The other reason why decisions are often so challenging is the time frame or deadline we form around them. Imagine when we would have an infinite number of years to reach our desired outcome. We might become so relaxed about the whole thing that it wouldn't matter if any decision was ever made. The enlightened path to discover here is that the limitations we feel around time and resources can work for us or against us. When we're thinking that we don't have an abundance of money, love, time, creativity, or any kind of manifesting power, it can force us to get deeply creative. When we have consequences to our choices, a price tag you have to pay for every decision made or not made, we become even more reverent beings who are conscious and choosing who we want to be and why we are here. But we have full choice of everything as to if we entertain this belief in limitation or not. The mind true and real, and what is fiction and fantasy. Yet the truth is we are living in an ocean of unlimited conscious intelligent energy that has no boundaries or borders. The mind likes to create limitations to play with and believe in some form of pressure around special decisions that have to be made. Yet the big secret here is knowing we are all spiritual beings at the core. Our infinite spiritual nature contains the realization that there are no limitations, no death after the body is gone. Deep down, we know that we have an infinite resource of manifesting power inside us and an eternity of time to create anything we desire. There is no such thing as a person. There are only restrictions and limitations. The sum total of these defines the person. The person merely appears to be, like the space within the pot appears to have the shape and volume and smell of the pot. Nezargadada. To step into the realm of making enlightened decisions, we either choose or we don't choose. It must start with blowing up the mind. The mind is too small of a container for an enlightened decision to fit in. We must drop the mind completely for an enlightened choice to find its way in. And to reaching this place of enlightened insight is not hard. It just takes patience and the willingness to see the infinite realm of possibilities that exist here right now. And we must be willing to quiet the mind so it eventually stops its desperate, perpetual search for answers. And to truly understand what an enlightened decision is all about, we might need to first clarify what an unenlightened decision entails. An unenlightened decision is one that is not self-reflective, introspective, or taking into consideration a deep love and respect for yourself. And when you don't know who you are or what you are, truly yearns to manifest in life, chances are high that you will struggle with every decision that comes your way. And this doesn't mean in order to make the most enlightened decision we need to contemplate for several hours when taking any risk or leap in life. When we are in tune with our deepest life mission and purpose, we can make a huge enlightened life choice spontaneously and confidently. We can tell a decision is enlightened when it brings you more freedom, lightness, love, depth, or even more possible choices. An enlightened decision won't limit your future, yet rather will expand your consciousness in every dimension. Enlightened decisions are win-win solutions where everyone benefits in some miraculous way. The most enlightened decision will manifest instantly when the mind is perfectly calm and silent. Here we become truly in tune with our hearts, aligned with our spiritual nature, and capable of feeling what our deepest needs are. And the more we are in touch with our spiritual nature, our true soul connection to the universe, we will know what we most want to experience every day before we leave the body. Knowing this connection, every decision-making experience becomes easier and happens faster all along the way. And if you are afraid to make any decision that could possibly alter your normal, safe life of circumstances, you'll notice that the mind is frozen in Fearville. It is terrified of change, thinking things will remain okay if I remain in full control and don't make any changes. You ever done that one? If you're able to take one baby step out of this comfort zone, you won't end up molding and rotting in your cozy safety pit. An enlightened decision maker loves taking risks because they realize there truly is nothing decided to throw some spice into their lives in order to really enjoy the ride. Those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. Friedrich Nietzsche. Those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. To make that deep change and arrive in the liberating land of enlightened choice-making, think about those choices you've made in the past that have made your heart sing the loudest. What great risks have you taken that have manifested the most wonderful situation that is still impacting you today? By trusting the risks that you have taken in the past, you'll relax deeper into yourself, realize that you are listening to your heart. This is one of the first steps to uncovering your real spiritual essence. Notice how you feel when you're coming from a place of intuition, inspiration, love, and trust. Just feeling into these qualities every day make it 1,000 times easier to become that empowered co-creator of your life and dreamy designer of your destiny. And the most enlightened decision you can make will always be the one that brings the deepest relaxation into your body and mind. The most unenlightened decision will always be creating more stress, tension, anxiety, and fear inside. And the unenlightened path is about basing our future on avoiding or possessing potential what-if outcomes. This is the unenlightened path. It is about basing our future on avoiding or possessing potential what-if outcomes. If we are desperately trying to avoid something from manifesting in our lives, we are more likely going to attract it and end up being a closed hand for receiving what we truly want. If we are always attached to a particular outcome having to happen in order to be happy, we become so rigid that we cannot relax into the happiness when it arrives. Have you ever done that? When the happiness actually arrives, you have a hard time even relaxing with it. Sometimes it seems impossible to make any decision at all in life. We hit the super jackpot of challenging decisions and feel forced to make a major life choice where there is no evident win-win scenario. Our soul, mate, and life partner is drowning in a sea of circling hungry sharks. The best outcome might be what we believe is best for others, or another time may be only what's in the best interest for ourselves. Sometimes we must choose that safe route, what has been comfortable or known to us in the past, while other times it's better to take that dangerous leap of faith into the unknown. What helps us to find the most enlightened decision when confronted with a real-life challenging scenario is noticing where the choice is coming from. Is it coming from love and trust or fear and tension? Ask yourself this every time. Is it coming from love and trust or fear and tension? So the outcome that you will manifest will be based on the springboard you jump from. If you dive into the water out of pure fear, the sharks will smell that and eat you alive. If you dive in with passion, love, and trust, the two of you just might escape alive. To find out if your choice is love-based or fear-based, pay close attention to your chest. Notice how the energy around your heart responds when you think about the choice. Does it expand in love or contract in fear? Be aware of how grounded you are in this feeling and how it touches you emotionally as well. In life, there is always a choice to be made. Even if we freeze and don't make any decisions at all, this still ends up becoming a choice, and we must surrender to our default destiny, letting the universe decide what's best for us. This freeze point in decision-making is one of the most powerful transformational places we can arrive at. It is the point where pure choiceless awareness is found. It is the easiest place where we can create a breakthrough into a higher state of consciousness. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. The first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies, head to toe, inside and out. Turn off the magnetron. Decide not to attract all of the negative stresses and fears and anxieties. It's your choice. The body will respond and let go, relax, de-stress, become in silent, in peace. It's like you're floating in your nowhere. You're in a void. You're just floating. You have a care in the world. You have no concern, no stress, no anxiety, no worry. You're just being and floating. And the body will respond head to toe. You're the master of your body. It's not the master of you. You can direct and redirect things. If you do it with your heart-mind and confidence through the heart-mind, you'll be amazed at what happens. So the body relaxes head to toe. You drop all of these things that you have magnetized to yourself. Fear, worry, stress, wonder, what ifs. And as you relax the body, move into the now. The now is everything. The past, the present, and the future, all in one. All happening at the same time. The past, we've already experienced. We know the experience that we've had in the past are with us. The past isn't with us, but the experiences are. And what we learned from those experiences. But the past is gone. We take out of it what we experienced. We move into the now to create our future. The now, moment to moment, the space between heartbeats. Some of us will stay so long in the past that we will create that past, we'll bring it into a future that doesn't exist, create that future, relive that past in that future. That's maybe a choice, maybe not. Maybe it's just a hiccup. But it is a choice. And in the now, we create our future. We still the mind and the ego by being in the now. This accomplishes many different things for us. But it's how long do you stay in the now? Many of us wander off. How do we stay in the now? What is there that we can use for ourselves that's going to let us know that, hey, you're wandering off out there. Come on back into the now. It's your breath. Whatever you know, because you do know, all of you know when you're not in the now, because you're aware. How do I get back in the now? A lot of us don't know how. We breathe. We just automatically focus on the breathing. Breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. That will focus us on the now. Because the breath is the now. Have you ever heard of someone saying, yeah, I'm going to take a yesterday breath? Or no, I'm going to take a future breath. It's only in the now. No matter how your ego mind wants to fight it, the breath is in the now. And the breath is divine positive energy. Why is it divine positive energy? Because it sustains the vessel that houses the kingdom of God. You see? So the divine positive energy, our breath, that keeps us focused on the now, we bring it in as we breath in through the nose, and we bring it in all through 7 wheels of light that go up the center of our bodies. These are energy vortexes. They are the bridges between spirituality and physicality. Okay? They're conduits. They're energy transfer, etheric balls of light. All have flowers Each one has a different flower. Each one has a different geometrical shape within it. Now, the God Force energy flows through your chakras, from your root chakra all the way to your crown chakra. And then we combine the divine positive energy, the breath, and the God Force energy. So we start with the Muladhara, the red wheel of light, career, money, mindset, sense of belonging. This represents our foundation and feeling of being in the now, grounded. It's at the base of the spine tailbone area. Emotional issues or survival issues such as financial independence, money and food, physical association, spine, rectum, legs, arms, circulatory system. Then we move to the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana. This is our sexuality and pleasure. This is our connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. How many of us don't want new experiences? How many of us just kind of push them away? I don't care to experience that. I don't know what will happen. And its location is lower abdomen, 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. What are the emotional issues? Sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality. Our physical association, reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, and immune system. Then we move to the yellow golden wheel of light, the Manipura. This is our solar plexus chakra. It's our personal power and ability to channel. It's our ability to be confident and in control of our lives, flowing with our lives, being at the helm, the navigator. Location is upper abdomen and stomach area. Emotional issues, self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem. One of the greatest things to witness is to see this civilization with high self-esteem through the heart-mind all together. Physical association, central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin. Then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, the Anahata, love, relationships, and self-acceptance. Our ability to love. How are you going to love anything or anyone if you don't love yourself deeply and truly, intimately? Location center of the chest, just above the heart. Emotional issues, love, joy, inner peace. Physical association, heart, thymus, lower lung, circulatory system, immune system. And then we move to the throat chakra, the Vishuddha, self-expression. It's our ability to communicate, to talk with each other, to interact. It's located in our throat. What are the emotional issues? Our communication, our self-expression of feelings, the truth. This is all about us. This is about you, okay? And whereas the physical association is the thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. Then we move to the indigo wheel of light, the Ajna. This is our intuition, sense of purpose, and direction in life. Our ability to focus on and see the big picture. Ask yourself, do you see the big picture? It's located our forehead between the eyes, and you can also call it the brow chakra. What are the emotional issues? Intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. What's our physical association? It's our pituitary gland, our eyes and sinuses. Then we move to the violet wheel of light, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. This is our connection to the divine. It's the highest chakra. It represents our ability to be fully connected spiritually. It's the very top of our heads. Emotional issues, inner and outer beauty, how we perceive ourselves, our connection to spirituality, which is pure bliss. Physical association, pineal gland, brain, and nervous system. And we've moved our divine positive energy, our breath, and our God force energy all the way up through these energy vortexes, these chakras. And we hold it at the top of our heads. And we hold it for a brief moment. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment, we compress and condense it into pure liquid energy, omnipotently powerful, and we release it over our pineal glands. Now, our pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these bodies. It is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It's the gateway to God and pure consciousness and beyond. You can visualize it in your heart, mind's motion picture any way you choose. I look at it as a rosebud, a green ball. And when I release this pure liquid energy, it immediately blooms full blossom into a vibrant, multicolored petaled rose that gives off a phenomenal, beautiful fragrance, and it's pulsating and humming and giving out waves of deep peace, eternal love, and gratitude, of contentment. And it unlocks all the gateways so that you can be everywhere. You can be everything and everything, nothing and nothing, all at once. We're consciously aware that we are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We're also aware, and consciously so, that we are one. That the God, the pure consciousness, the soul, the spirit, the higher self, the heart, mind, the body is one. This is why we're creating a paradise, shifting the frequencies in a great uplift of this planet and this civilization, and a complete ascension and we are heaven walking the earth, and every step we take, we're creating a paradise. That is literally. We have others. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, and the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, many, many, many more. Both of them are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. The archangels, the seraphim, the cherubim, the archetypes, they're a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. However, we do meet them a lot. And most of the time that we meet them, we don't know it until after, and then it dawns on us, that wasn't just some regular Joe or Alice. That was an angel. And you're absolutely right. Now, thousands of them can surround any single one of us at any time in large numbers by only inhabiting a small space because of their vibrational frequency. We are them, they are us. We're all one. The ascended masters are those who have mastered ascension out of body, hold pure consciousness, God form. We are mastering ascending into physical form, body, to create experiences to perfect our creation. Are we them and they us? Yes. Now, we call out to all the different facets and aspects of ourselves. So we call out to all light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the Google Plexus. One Googleplex fills this universe. They come in trillions of Googleplexes from every direction. And they are with us now. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. They come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the galactics, all of the off-worlders, all of the celestials, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a handful of them, vaguely familiar. There's over 1,000 that travel through this solar system every day. It's like a highway. A crowded one at that. Now, the ones that we are somewhat familiar with includes all of the levels of all the species of those civilizations. That includes the good, the medium, and the bad. The Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the feline, the Zeta Reticuli, Greys, Nords, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, and the Avian. Many, many, many more. They have been assisting us in our evolution, our enlightenment, our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation, and the forming of this circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a handful of them, a fraction. They come in a trillion shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, of which many we just have never seen. Ones we are familiar with somewhat are the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether. The mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they come and they are with us now. We're all gathered, all different reflections of all of us, arm in arm, hand in hand, all of our gods as one. We're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance. And we are all one. We are all God, and we are all love. And our God force energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light at the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now in this meditation. This is our core centers. This is our pure consciousness, the God. It is all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It is the creation of creation. It is everything and everything, yet nothing and nothing. This circle of light is of the highest vibrational frequency of the purest, deepest, eternal love. It floods everything, illuminates everything, saturates everything. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. And we begin to levitate up above the planet, ascend up. This circle of light is so bright it grays out the darkness of space. It would take 1,000 billion suns in the solar system to even come close to its radiance and brilliance. And as we ascend, we come into this gossamer field filled with trillions of vibrant colored lights, little mirrors reflecting each and every one of us gathered for this liberation of this planet, this meditation in this circle of light. And it's just like a sea of just glitter, colors that you couldn't even imagine. And it's filled with deep, eternal love and gratitude and abundance and prosperity and happiness and joy, flooding everything. We're met immediately with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are the power of healing. Then we're met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are imbued head to toe, inside and out, eternally, with a God force, light, love, armor. It cannot be penetrated. It cannot be discoupled. It cannot be irritated. It cannot be breached from any external authority, any external force, ever. But only you have the power. Only you. Only you. If you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough through hatred, anger, deceit, fear, sorrow, anguish, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, allowing all of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flood again. And if you do decide to do this, whether consciously or unconsciously, you are met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we can bring in the violet ray. We can purify, cleanse the area where these frequencies were, restoring our vibrational harmony of deep eternal love, gratitude, and peace and joy, sealing our breach. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are the sunsets, the sunrises. We are the rain. We are the rainbows. We are the oceans, all the waters. We are the trees and the forests. We are the animals. We are everything and everything, yet nothing and nothing. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us step outside our physical forms, hover effortlessly above our bodies, and then we come across this massive crystalline light tower that we've created that's larger than this solar system. And in the center of the column, there is this massive oblong sphere. And in the center is a golden white, vibrant, sparking, golden yellow white light. And it's sending out soft waves, shimmering, saturating everything and everything, inside and out, head to toe, of the deepest, purest love. And surrounding it are other vibrant colored waves of gratitude, of abundance, of prosperity, of peace, of joy, of bliss, of gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness. All of these ways, beautiful colors, just like a mist saturating each and every one of us. At the top, we designed it that the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it does eternally. This golden ocean is pure, deep, eternal love, saturating all of us inside and out, head to toe, eternally, perpetually, lifting the vibrational frequencies of this planet and this entire civilization. Now, each of us are a drop of that golden ocean, and each of us hold the essence of that ocean. And the ocean is the drops, and the drops are the ocean. We then see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We created this meditative sphere well over 2 years ago. It houses well over 1,000 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Every day. Sometimes twice a day. Both those on, in, above, and below this planet and outside this planet, all gathered in this meditation for the liberation of this planet. And this meditative sphere holds the highest of the highest high of deep eternal love and gratitude. It is unaffected. It is bliss. It is literally pure consciousness. It is the God. It is the One. And it saturates all of us inside and out, head to toe, with deep eternal love and gratitude perpetually. This is why it can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. This is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. Nothing can abate it. Nothing can avoid it. It is everywhere. Feel this frequency. See it in your heart mind, in your motion picture. Join in the meditation. I'll return to close us out.